There's a lot of songs about rain.
Like R-E-I-G-N or R-A-I-N?
R-A-I-N. Like it's raining outside right now.
Like Purple Rain?
It's my window, I can't stand the rain.
Oh,
Missy
Elliott. That's good.
Rain down on me. I don't know who sings that.
It's
raining, man.
Oh, yeah.
Hallelujah. Come on, how can you forget that one?
How can I not?
Exactly. There's a lot of songs about rain.
Shut up.
You better say it again.
Blame it on the rain.
They didn't sing that, though.
No, it didn't.
They sing about fake rain.
That's what the song was about. Blame it on
Did you ever see Purple Rain?
Yeah, blame it on the rain that made me lie.
Because the rain don't mind, and the rain don't care.
No, we don't.
See, I was going to start the show with something completely different, and you switched it up.
What we got?
Toilets are magic.
No, they're not.
They are.
They're science.
I always thought that toilets had some kind of electricity going through them that made toilets flush, but they just flush off of the weight of their own water.
It's magic.
They're magical. Think about it. Next time, every once in a while when I flush a toilet, I'm like, how does this thing work?
Think about it.
It's
gravity.
It's
pressure.
Under pressure.
Gravity and pressure, yeah.
There's a lot of songs about pressure, too. Pressure pushing down on me. Da, 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 da. Vanilla ice. So much pressure.
No, his song goes ding 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 ding.
Ding 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 ding.
And that song goes ding 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 ding.
Ding 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 ding. See, there's one extra ding.
Yeah.
You heard it.
Don't sue him.
You heard it here first.
Bowie trying to sue.
That wasn't David Bowie, was it? No.
Yeah, it was in Queen.
Okay, Queen. Yeah.
David Bowie.
Really?
Together.
I didn't know.
In one.
Together at last. David Bowie. Every time that he collaborates with someone, it's a hit.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Like when he did the Little Drummer Boy with who I don't know who he did it with. That's a Christmas classic.
I can't live like this.
Hello and welcome to the Press Continue podcast. I'm your host Adam.
And I'm Brittany.
Your host.
Your host.
And welcome to episode 41. And today we're talking about Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yep.
Ooh.
It was spooky.
It is spooky.
Spookiest part when he's in his underwear.
But it's got hearts all over it, so it's spookiness that you love.
It is. Yeah.
Okay. So Ghouls and Ghosts came out in the arcades in 1988, and then eventually was ported over to the Genesis on September 1989. And that's the version of this game that we are mainly going to focus on, because it was ported over to quite a few different systems. Okay.
Ported.
It's the correct word.
I'm just saying.
They put it right in the port.
They transferred it.
It was a sequel to the original Ghosts and Goblins, which I know I played a little bit of in the arcade and on the original NES, and it is like the hardest game ever. I don't think I've ever gotten past level 1 on that game.
Ghosts and Goblins?
Ghosts and Goblins.
So this time you got Ghouls and Ghosts.
Right.
What was it? Ghosts in? Just the N?
Just
Goblins?
an N. Just like this one is Ghouls and Ghosts.
Was it played the same way?
Yeah. Same character and everything.
Oh.
This is actually the second game in the series. So it's the direct sequel. Don't ask me why they changed the name.
Because the goblins aren't there anymore.
Like, did you kill the Goblin King? So there's no more goblins?
You're asking me. I didn't play that.
You killed the goblins and now they're ghouls. This makes no sense. Alright, well let's learn the story behind this game. Take it away, Brittany.
Ghouls and ghosts, eerie music greet you as you begin the ghostly journey into a land of ghouls and goblins. You're Sir Arthur, a knight with one huge headache. The wicked and evasive Prince of Darkness has once again pillaged your land and plagued your people with paralyzing fear. Plus, he's taking your girl, a real princess with a mean temper. She fell captive against her will to avenge your village and get your gal. Get ready for an intense battle of wills. Yours and theirs.
Dun, dun. There's more.
I can't say that. And the odds aren't even by far. What?
Huh?
And the odds aren't even by far.
Come on, I was just throwing down the beats. The fat beats.
And the odds aren't even by far. There's one of you and hundreds of them. Everything from snorting pigmen, wielding skeletons, and haunted guillotines with an appetite for human flesh. This place is living torture, and even if you make mincemeat of your foes, natural disasters await with deadly results. Acid rain, tornadoes, and strong winds with intermittently rally against you. So what does it take to get through? Guts and weapons. We've got the weapons, and that leaves you holding the courage meter.
Courage meter.
You'll journey through 4 stages before reaching stage 5, where the castle of evil demons has no vacancy sign on the door, and they don't like visitors either. So get in and get out. You can consider this one a win.
Dun dun dun!
That was the worst. This place is living torture, and even if you make mincemeat of your foes, natural disasters await with deadly results. Acid rain, tornadoes, and strong winds will intermittently rally against you.
Word.
So what does it take to get through? Guts and weapons. We've got the weapons. And that leaves you holding the courage meter. You'll journey through the 4 stages before reaching stage 5, where the castle of evil demons has no vacancy sign on the door. And they don't like visitors either. This is so terribly written.
Yeah. I swear, nobody knew how to write anything back then. They just made it up as they went. Kind of like our songs. So, yeah. You're Arthur.
You're Arthur.
And we're both Arthur.
Yeah, sure.
And the princess, you're trying to save the princess who was stolen by the devil.
She's a gal that doesn't like to be held captive.
And yeah, she was stolen by the devil.
Mm-hmm.
So in the Japanese version of this game, he is actually Lucifer. Okay. In the US release and I think the European release, they changed his name to Loki.
Okay,
Isn't
like
Loki
a Greek...
just the same thing as the devil anyway?
No, it's like a Greek guy. He's in the...
Thor?
He's in Marvel.
Yeah.
He's played by a hot guy.
Uh-oh, here we go.
There you go.
And by the way, the Japanese version of this game is called Damakimura, which I actually asked my Japanese-speaking friend today how to say that, which translates to Great Demon World Village.
Great, it's all that.
Is all that in one long word with a lot of vowels in it. Yeah, you have to go through 5 stages. If anyone's played Ghouls and Ghosts before, you know you have to go through 5 stages twice before you can fight the final boss.
That's just lazy.
What's just like lazy programming?
Yeah.
You have to backtrack.
You did it once, do it again.
Yeah. Just when you thought you won.
Then you can be done.
But then you have to do it again and the game's like twice as hard. As if it's not hard enough.
Yeah, because it took me like, what, an hour to get through like the first 2 seconds of that game.
But you know what? This game is, like, super hard, but I remember when I first played the game, how it was, because this is one of those games where I played it, I got it when I got my first Genesis, which I talked about on the last episode, and I played the hell out of this game until I got good at it, where I'm at the point where I don't even really play the game, it's all like, what's it called, where your muscles remember?
Muscle memory?
Yeah, muscle memory. So it's all muscle memory for me, where it was your first time playing this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember getting exactly as far as you did and dying in the exact same spots as you did first time I played the game. Like, literally, I would get as far as you got, like, the first time you played and never get past that part.
I did pretty good.
You did do very good. I think, didn't you? Well, you got pretty far.
I get that, and it's not muscle memory, but I get sometimes when I'm playing to a point where I'm just reacting and not even thinking about it.
And that's when you play better.
That's when you play well, yeah.
You did that with a couple other games that we played too, where
the
you just...
Japanese Mario, was that the one?
Oh yeah, Mario 2 from Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you stop thinking about it and you
just react.
You just zone out and go. Mm-hmm. That's when you get real good.
Real good.
Real good. So to get through this super hard game, you have a arsenal of weapons at your disposal. So you start out with...
armor.
A suit of armor, yeah, because you are Arthur the Knight. And it's a lance. In the manual it actually calls it a sword, but it's like a lance that you can throw, okay? But then some of the other weapons you have the big axe, which actually... the axe is as big as you are.
Swords.
Which you can't throw at all, which is very difficult to use for me at least. You got fire water, which is by far the worst weapon ever.
In any game?
In any game ever. Every time I'd see that, the stupid fire water drop, I would end up saying, I don't want that weapon, and somehow it would end up perfect where you couldn't go any further unless you jumped onto it. Only with the fire water. Any of the other weapons, and it never got in my way.
So it says discus, but we thought it was a shield.
It looks like a shield, yeah.
Makes more sense as a shield.
Which the shield's cool because if you duck down and use the shield, it follows the ground. And then my favorite weapon of everything, this is when I always feel like I can play my best, is when you got the dagger. Because the daggers are like super fast, you can throw as many of them as you can hit the button. By far the best weapon out of all of them. But that stinking fire water.
I'm sorry
that
you ever got it.
I was playing the other day, you weren't in the room, and I kept getting stuck with the fire water. So I was forced to use it, and I actually got way farther than I ever thought I would, having the crappiest weapon ever. I was screaming at the TV. I was like, damn it, the stupid fire! I can't do anything with this. But eventually I did get to a boss where it actually made it super easy to kill that boss because I had the fire water.
Oh, see?
So I was finally learning the value of the fire water, but I still hate it. As you're going to, treasure chests would pop up, which was always like, it always seemed like random how the treasure chest came out. But there's little weird patterns you can figure out.
It wasn't random, it came up in the same spot every time.
But how did they always come up in the same spot? You don't even know what to trigger them. There's like
you
weird
being there.
It's like weird jumpy spots. If you hit it, it would trigger certain.
I think you just crossing over that spot that made it happen. Because I didn't do anything in particular.
Right. Well, there's more treasure chests than you saw if you know how to find them. For example, like when you first start level 1, if you just start running right, you'll miss the first treasure chest. You have to run all the way left and jump, and a treasure chest will pop out.
But you said, too, if you get that one first, then the magician isn't in that one.
The second one. Right. Because every time you open that first treasure chest, a magician will pop out, and he'll cast a spell, and if that spell hits you...
Turns you into something?
Yeah. Which, okay, if you have your armor on, he turns you into a duck, temporarily. And the duck is completely worthless. You can just run around and dodge stuff.
Can you get killed as the duck?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You die as the duck.
So you're helpless.
Everything kills you in this game. If you are running around, if you got hit and the armor pops off and you're running around in your underwear and the magician hits you, you turn into an old man, which just really slows down your movement and everything, but you can still shoot and everything. You're just like super slow because you're old.
Didn't you have a cane too?
You did have a cane. He's all bent over, holding his back like, yeah. Crotchety old man. But like I said, if you get past that first treasure chest, when you get to the second one, and you still have your armor, you get the gold armor. Which the gold armor looks sweet.
Does it give you any other benefit than looking cooler?
You get a cape.
Does it help you at all?
Well, then you get to use the magic properties of whatever weapon you have. you get that charge up ability. If you hold down the attack button, your armor charges up, and then you get to use the magic ability of whatever weapon you have. So, for example, the coolest looking one, if you do have the lance to start, your starting weapon, and you have the gold armor and you charge up, like a bolt of lightning comes down and then it spreads across the whole screen. It's always been like the coolest looking thing. I actually had that as like the background on my phone for like forever. But some of the other weapons, for example, the big axe, if you do the charge up on your armor, you explode. Like
with power?
With the power, you explode. If you have the sword, there's like these two bone dragons that fly out of you and fly around the screen. The fire water actually has a cool power up. It's like these two.
Oh, the fire water.
Yeah. I'm learning the value of the fire water. Okay. I still hate it, but I can deal with it now. But like these balls come out and they like spin around the whole screen. Discus, which has the worst power up, just makes a shield in front of you that doesn't even follow you as you go. It just drops a shield, so you have to hide behind it.
And it stays there.
It just stays there.
Yeah, lame. And
of course, the dagger. The dagger's awesome. Like I said before, its power up is you clone yourself, and it follows whatever movements you make. So there's two of you running around shooting.
Oh, okay. But is it just shooting at the same things you're shooting?
Yeah, whatever movements you make is what your clone does with you. So it's awesome. I love it. The dagger. Dagger's the best! Okay, so you take all that, and you're going through 5 stages to save Princess Prin Prin.
I thought it was Pin Pin.
What's cool is that every game that's been made ever in this series, that first level has always used that same theme, where you're outside, like in a graveyard, and there's like undead or zombies or something coming after you. So even in the original Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, so whatever the name was for the one on PSP, every game has always had that same thing in the theme in the front. So that's kind of that thing that connects all the games together, which is always cool. Besides them all being ungodly hard, that's always the one connection that they always had.
It's cool looking and it's a fun stage.
Yeah. I mean, the whole game is just, if you can get over the difficulty, there's so much cool stuff to look at as you go. And interesting enemies. Like we said, on the first level in this game, they have like the Grim Reaper coming after you, a whole bunch of Grim Reapers coming after you, which are actually called skeleton murderers.
Because they murder your skeleton?
Yeah, only your skeleton. They leave your body behind. But yeah, I thought that was ridiculous. Skeleton murderers. And I thought, okay, I don't know if you were around when I got to level 3. Level 3 gets really interesting because you're on a platform that's going up, and you have what they called, they're like flying goblins that are flying across the screen, and sometimes they'll like fly down at you. Mm-hmm. The game turned into Galaga because you have to shoot
upward?
You have to shoot up as all these guys are coming down at you till you get to the top of the elevator shaft, and you have to pass a bunch of weird floating fat fish too. What is it with that's another thing. Floating weird fish in another game, like they did in Altered Beast.
Yeah.
There's floating fish in this one too.
Maybe that's something that people really fear, like fish coming out of the sky.
Are fish falling from the sky? Yes, El Guapo. See?
Bifing?
It won't attack, but its body is enveloped in a membrane of poisonous gas. You lose life when you touch it.
Oh,
You lose life when you touch anything in this game.
You lose your life, not, like, lose life. You, like, die.
Yeah, everything kills you.
Touch it.
You touch anything, your armor falls off. You touch something again, you're dead.
Mm.
There's no in between. There's no forgiveness in this game at all. It's so hard, but so rewarding as you get through it. You feel like you really accomplished something every time you finish a level in this game. And then at level 5, you get to Lucifer's Castle. Is actually the official name for it. And, of course, like a lot of old games used to do, I know it did this to us in like Streets of Rage and things like that. You have to do the boss run. You have to fight all the old bosses before you get to the final boss. But this one, like we said earlier, you get through all that, you get to the end. The final boss in that castle is Beelzebub. It's a giant bee. So you know I'm scared shitless over this giant wasp coming at you. Yeah. But even after you kill him, then you get to the door and they're like, you don't have the right weapon. So now you have to go play the whole game again and get the right weapon. And that's the only way to get the weapon that can kill Loki at the end, is you have to be able to beat it, go back and beat it again, because then the princess randomly puts that extra weapon around, which was called the Psycho Cannon.
Okay.
So you play through the whole game again, you kill Beelzebub again.
Beelzebub.
And you have to have gold armor, and you have to have that weapon, otherwise you cannot get through the door.
Well then.
So you have to have a perfect run on that final level, otherwise you'll never finish the game. So, of course, the last level and getting to Loki, I had to use the cheat codes.
Yeah, on like practice mode, right?
Yeah, of course. Because there's practice, hard difficulty, and professional difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever do it. If that game was any harder, seriously. There is a cheat code. This game actually had a lot of cheat codes that were kind of interesting. They had the level select cheat code. They had a code that would switch it to the Japanese version of the game. Like the whole title screen and everything would change, and it was all written in Japanese.
I want to see that.
And the title would come up that it was Damakamura. There was
the Demon World
the invincibility cheat.
Oh yeah,
that we used, and we even with the invincibility cheat, we were still dying.
We didn't die.
Yeah, because certain enemies that like the giant hand at level 4 would grab you and kill you. If you fell through a pit in the ground, you would instantly die no matter what, even though you were invincible.
Yeah.
Even with an invincibility code, we couldn't play this stinking game.
Well, how are they going to unfall you out of a pit? You're dead.
You jump out.
No.
It was just ridiculous.
Unfall you.
You float out and it puts you back. But, so using the level select code, I was able to get the Loki. And literally, that is the easiest part of the entire damn game. All you do is stand underneath him, he's picking up his feet and stuff and stomping and shooting lasers out of his fingers and eyeballs and junk like that. All you do is stand underneath him and shoot him right in the face.
And just stand there and shoot him?
15 times and he dies.
Well, good. I mean, it should be easy after all that.
Yeah, but you
want it to be harder?
I do. After all that, I want the boss to be almost impossible.
Well, Loki is like Norse, isn't it? Not Greek. What am I thinking? Norse mythology.
You thinking about Greek and Norse?
I gotta know. It's Norse, isn't Thor Norse?
Chuck Norse?
Chuck Norse? Yeah. Yeah, Norse mythology. Woo woo. Loki with a fishing net. That's why there's fish in the sky.
Okay. Here's Beelzebub.
Ugh.
And that
guy was creepy looking.
Yeah, it's scary as hell.
I just got the chills. Ugh. That's scary.
Yeah. Giant devil.
And let me move my foot. I'll let you pass. It's like walking past someone on the couch. Oh, good job.
It's like, I'm trying to watch TV.
I'll let you
I'll shoot you with lasers. No, how easy was that?
He's just standing there or sitting there letting you hit him in the face.
Yeah.
Bringing your backpack. Oh, that's a girl.
When you kill him, all the ghouls and ghosts escape him and go back to their bodies. And yeah, that's where the name of the game came from. You freed all the trapped souls that Loki has eaten. got to play the arcade version of this a little bit, and there were a few differences that I saw right away.
Okay.
Arcade version, definitely a graphics upgrade. But it's like a minor graphic upgrade. Like, there's just more details in the background and things like that. Like, there's more vines and there's more skulls laid around. And when you get to that windy part of the first level, like, there's more trees moving and the grass is moving. Like, little things like that. But you can tell that there's a little bit of that upgrade. Some levels look more upgraded than others. Other ones look exactly like the Genesis.
How are the controls on the
real good
arcade version?
Actually, it felt just as good as the Genesis. So just as tight of controls, just as... I knew that when I died it was my fault, not the controls' fault. In both levels.
Oh, so is that a stab at me?
No, not at all. The music came out really close, which I know a lot of people like always rip on the Genesis for having a terrible sound chip, but the music was almost exactly the same on both versions. The one big thing that I did notice, though, is that the sound effects were different on the arcade versus the Genesis.
Oh, really?
Every weapon on the arcade had a completely different sound effect than it had on the Genesis. To the point of, I played the Genesis one so much, and that was the one I grew up knowing, that when I played the arcade one, it felt weird.
Like, what is that noise?
Yeah. It's like, this is weird. Like it blew my concentration for a second, and I was like, oh crap, I'm playing Ghouls and Ghosts. I can't be constipated. I can't be distracted. So that was something weird for me. Of course, like we said earlier, the Genesis had 2 different difficulty modes, practice and professional. Mm-hmm. Well, the arcade is basically locked on professional.
So you can't change it?
No. So what that really does to you when you have the professional mode in there is you do get more enemies coming after you. The enemies do take more hits to kill.
Oh my gosh.
And what was it, on level... I think it's level 3... when you get to that part where it was like the giant demon heads made out of stone and you had to ride the tongue. Mm-hmm. Remember that?
Oh god, it looked impossible.
Yeah. Besides having to time everything to get on the tongues, there's also now bricks in the way that the tongue is going past, so you can't just ride the tongue. You have to jump over that as the tongue is going across the screen, and then get to the next one and jump over that, while these like bugs are flying at you too everywhere. So it just got crazy hard. But I was surprised after playing the Genesis one and, you know, getting back into my groove of playing that game. When I went and played the arcade, I got like to level 4 on 1 quarter. So I was like, yeah, got it again. Okay, I got a question for you. Mm-hmm. Why wasn't this game taken off the shelves?
What do you mean taken off the shelves?
Well, going back to our Altered Beast one, where everyone was like, oh my god, that game is so satanic, they need to take it off the market.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking it too. This has got, like, Ed has Lucifer in it, looking all scary.
You're freaking fighting, literally, the devil, Lucifer, Loki, whatever the heck he's called in whatever region you're playing it in. The Japanese translation was Great Demon World Village.
Well, people don't know Japanese.
It doesn't matter. Still, ghosts and goblins.
I don't know, maybe...
I mean, if Dungeons and Dragons just for the
Altered
name...
Beast, like 83?
No, it was 89.
Was it?
Or 1 year before, 88.
Oh.
This was the next year.
I don't know, maybe it just, like, was under the radar.
First thing you fight is Grim Reapers that are called Skeleton Murderers.
Fun Halloween game.
There are actually flying demons in the game.
Did your mom like have a cow when she saw you playing this?
No, she never watched anything I played. Which okay, I have to talk about those flying demons or the gargoyles, because eventually they use that character to make another series called Gargoyles Quest on Super Nintendo. But that is literally the hardest enemy I've ever had to fight in any video game ever. To this day, I still cannot kill those flying red gargoyle things. I don't understand their pattern, their attack pattern.
So how do you get past them?
They go up as you're shooting, and then they swoop down at you really fast. And as you're trying to hit them, like, they'll come down sometimes where you can shoot them, then they'll go back up, and then they'll swoop down at you. And it's just... somebody needs to tell me the pattern of how to kill these stupid things, because to this day I still cannot figure it out. That's why I had to cheat through the 5th level. Because in the 5th level, the first thing you do is fight 4 of those.
Swoop, swoop, swoop. You're like screaming, running.
I almost threw the controller. I felt the frustration that I did as a kid where I used to scream at the TV and throw the controller. I almost caught myself in that, and then I was like, screw this, I'm cheat moding.
I'm an adult now.
Yeah, I'm an adult.
I've got the internet.
I don't throw it on the ground. So, yeah. Why the hell was this on the shelf?
Couldn't tell ya. I don't know. Just, it snuck by.
Don't forget Beelzebub.
Beelzebub.
Alright, Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you give this game a rating for us?
5 shoulder shrugs. No, it was really difficult, but I liked the looks of it. I liked the music. I think it held up really well. I don't know what arbitrary rating to give it.
Give it 5 shoulder shrugs.
10 stars! With smiley faces!
Woo! This is a game that I have always liked. Everybody should play it, and play it for more than 5 minutes.
And don't give up.
No, you can.
Don't give up. This
Beast.
is an 80s montage.
Never give up. That's what they used to do when you died on Altered Beast. Why do I keep talking about that game?
Just get out of it.
I can't help it. Definitely, I mean, you have to... This game really challenges you no matter how good you are at it. But it is very rewarding when you do get past anything in this game. So, if I had to give it a rating, I would have to give it one awesome Britney song.
Yes.
With a beat.
That's really good.
So however you want to translate that rating after hearing it. So, Brittany.
Yeah?
What have you been watching on TV?
A whole lot of nothing. I never watch television.
Liar.
Alright, I do watch it sometimes.
You watched the movie?
I did?
Yeah, last night. With Ashley.
Oh, yeah, I watched
it was that good, huh?
Nightcrawler. It was a weird movie.
Nightcrawler, check it and see. Nightcrawler, about 103. Nightcrawler.
Just saying Nightcrawler over and over again and putting in some weird number. Yeah, it had Jake Gyllenhaal in it. That was a creepy movie. It had Bill Paxton looking terrible. He looks like he's 1,000 years old.
Where do I know him from?
And Renee Russo. She looks like a grandma. But she's probably in her 70s, 60s, 70s. You don't know Bill Paxton?
No.
Bill Paxton?
From the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yes. He played football in 78.
Did he really?
No.
Oh.
He's been in a million movies.
I had no idea.
You do.
If I saw him, I'd probably be like, oh, that guy.
Yeah, just fucking look it up because...
Bill Paxton.
Oh,
that guy.
How old is he? He's 60? Oh, man. Yeah, he looks like it.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff.
Looks like 160.
Plays the same kind of creepy dude.
The movie was pretty good, but it was slow moving, and Jake Gyllenhaal never blinked in it. It was pretty creepy, reminding me of the Bunny movie.
God, I know what you're talking about.
Why am I thinking Johnny Mnemonic? This is so bad. What the hell? Look it up.
How you spell Gyllenhaal?
Right there.
Holy shit, thank you.
Thank you, Internet.
Just
movies.
Bunny movie?
It
was somebody's name.
Donnie Darko. Ooh, yeah. I have been watching True Detective.
Well, wait, you didn't finish talking about that movie.
The Nightcrawler?
Yeah, what's it about? There's a bunch of people in it that are ugly and weird looking. And besides that...
Jake Gyllenhaal plays a character that,
Do you just like saying Gyllenhaal?
Jake Gyllenhaal? Yeah, I do actually.
No one knows how to spell that either.
Gyllenhaal. He is an unemployed, like, sociopath? I don't know, crazy guy. He just likes to steal stuff and hurt people. And then he runs into someone filming an accident and decides that's what he wants to do. So he goes and steals a bike and pawns it for a camera and a police scanner and starts running around looking at accidents so he can film them, but he gets really, really close. So they kind of like the gory footage he films, and he keeps pushing it. So, yeah, it gets really crazy and weird.
The end.
Yeah. Basically.
Can't wait.
It goes on for 2 hours.
To see that.
Yeah. So, check it out. If you have 2 hours to waste.
I watched Ninja Turtles.
No, you didn't.
New season started.
I wasn't asking you.
Well, I don't care. We had, on a lighter note...
Yeah, I heard you listening to it.
Yeah.
Or watching it.
And, I don't like what they're doing. They're doing such a easy thing to do. But the episode is labeled Turtles in Time, which of course we know is one of the best Ninja Turtle games ever made. Mm-hmm. But what they did is they introduced one of their old characters from the comic book. I vaguely remember her being on one of the covers, but she's a Time Lord that pops in and she's like, "Oh my god, I found the legendary turtles, or the legendary hero turtles." So apparently in the future they do all kinds of stuff to save the world many, many times over. And another Time Lord that's trying to steal the scepter the time scepter that she has pops through, and he looks like the devil. Then because whoever has that scepter can control all time and space and whatever, and he wants to make everything evil, of course.
Of course, why wouldn't he?
So she throws him back in time into like the medieval times, and then they follow him back there because something gets all screwed up with time, and they fight him through the whole thing in like medieval times, and that's the full episode. And then at the end they're going back to regular time, warping through time again. But then they get separated in the time continuum, and they get dumped into another time. So I can see this whole series being like every episode's in a different time period where the Ninja Turtles have to do something, and it's just.
It's like every other time travel movie.
Yeah,
story.
it's such lazy writing. I mean, they're basically just stealing Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but there's no phone booth.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's going to be another season like season 2 where they spent the whole time at the farmhouse and it was like weird side stories that didn't go anywhere. So they're getting away from the main story arc, and I don't like that.
Write a letter.
Get back to the story.
Email them.
And Seth Green is still doing the voice.
Yeah, because they fired the other guy.
I know, but hire him back, will ya?
He's a perv. They can't.
That's okay.
That's okay? You don't care?
No.
So if your son was like on, Nickelodeon's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Leonardo's not a perv. Okay? Just the guy that voice acts him is a perv. Like, okay, we go back to this argument. I'll listen to Michael Jackson music. I won't hang out with the guy, but I'll listen to his music.
So, that would be
creepy. Well, maybe he's a skeleton murderer.
Maybe.
Alright, what else did you watch?
So, I've been watching True Detective,
okay,
and I am thoroughly confused to the point of needing to watch it again. And I haven't even finished the last episode. It's like 90 minutes. And it's
Is it a season finale?
I think they need like 190 minutes to make sense of this season.
But is it longer because it's a season finale?
I guess so, and probably because they need a lot more time to like unravel this mess. You don't even know who the villains are, and this is like the last episode. There's so many stories going on, and they're kind of being weaved together right now, but there's like people that you may have seen in one or two scenes in some of the episodes that are now playing key roles at the end, and you're like, who is that guy? Wasn't he maybe?
You said that about the last episode you watched, too, that they just brought, like, very minor characters and turned them into major characters.
Yeah, and they didn't build anything with those characters. They're like, just remember that guy. I mean, I know he's the boss of this guy right now, but he's going to be a, big part of the story at the end. It's like, I kind of remember seeing that guy's face, but I don't know who he is.
The show doesn't sound like any fun.
It's good, though. It's still good.
Is it all suspense, or what is it?
The acting is good. It's shot really nice, beautifully. There's so much good about it, but this time it's just too confusing. It's just too all over the place. It's like Vince Vaughn is the main character. Taylor Kitsch is the main character. The guy that has the same name as the guy from Elf is the main character. Colin Farrell. Rachel McAdams is the main character. I mean, big name actors, and they all have storylines going on at the same time.
That's weird.
Yeah. I mean, I do like it, but it's too much. Too much. And then the Turtles went back in time.
Too much. I finally got to finish watching Orange is the New Black, the last season.
Yeah.
And, it's a very anticlimactic ending.
Why does everyone like this show so much?
Just watch it already.
Is it because of the lesbians?
It's not the lesbians. It's the drama that ensues.
You think this is real prison life?
This was based on a true story.
Really?
Yeah. The main character actually wrote a book while she was in prison of what was happening while she was in prison. So it's all based on true stuff.
I'm apprehensive about it. Just don't want to jump on that bandwagon.
It's not all lesbian. It's not all lesbian.
But I'm definitely not watching it though.
Well, there's some lesbian.
Okay, that's fine.
And if you at all like that girl from that '70s show, the redhead.
I do.
Okay.
But I hear she's a Scientologist, which
you don't have to personally like her and hang out with her. You just have to like her as characters.
Yeah, I do. I like her as an actress.
Okay, so. I don't know. You got to give it a chance.
Okay, I will. I'll watch some of it.
The last episode of this season was a lot of stuff came to the end of the series, but they didn't leave you on any kind of cliffhanger this time, like they did with the last season, where you're like, "Holy crap! I got to see what happens next." This time it was like, "La-di-da, the end." So.
No cliffhangers. Nothing exciting.
No.
They wrapped it all up.
So I'm sure that
maybe they won't come back.
No, they'll definitely come back. Because it's still one of the highest watched shows on Netflix.
This is the true story.
True story
of 7 strangers
picked to live in a house
and have their lives taped
to find out what happens
when people stop being polite
and start getting real.
The real world. California.
This week in gaming news.
New amiibos. September 11th.
New ones. Are they awesome?
Some of them look cool.
Mario.
What are they doing? Yeah,
pixelated Mario.
They're doing a pixelated Mario.
And the tunnel tube, whatever.
The tunnel tube. The tunnel tubey pipey.
Green thing. Ooh, some of those are fancy.
You got Pikmin. You got Bowser Jr. in the little flying ship from Super Mario World. Mm-hmm. You got Dr. Mario. Ganondorf. What a name. Rob the Robot. The Duck Hunt Dog.
That's pretty cute.
Game & Watch. Actually, that's coming as a 3-pack. That might be cool. Those are available on the 25th. And Zero Suit Samus. So some of those look pretty cool. And I'm not even that into amiibos.
I am. I'm into their cuteness.
I'm not into their price.
Yeah.
And the ridiculous whirlwind
demand for them.
Collectability that's come around those things. But hey, whatever. I'll look at them on the screen. They look cool.
So yeah, I was watching a little bit of the Dota championships in Seattle. Mm-hmm. It's on 3rd to the 8th. But I saw that the first prize for winning that is $6 million.
A girlfriend?
No, $6,562,000.
What?
Yeah, and then the prizes just go down from there to like 10 levels, I think. I think 56,000 was the lowest.
$6 million for playing a video game.
Yeah.
Where is this money coming from?
I don't know. It says like pot collected or something. Not pot, but like the prize pot.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Not like marijuana.
Right.
Yeah.
$6 million in marijuana. Here you go.
you get a big skid of marijuana bricks.
Yeah.
No. But I was like, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So did they announce the winner?
No, it's not over yet.
Okay. It's insane.
I know.
Parents can't yell at you for playing video games after
Whatever-
that.
I know.
You know,
Dad, I bought you a house.
somebody from Taiwan is going to win that.
Yeah.
Because that's where they have the hardcore gamer bars where people die at their computers while playing.
They die.
Literally. You never heard about that?
No, I know it's bad in Seoul, Korea too.
Yeah. But they also have the fastest internet, so they're going to be the best gamers.
It's sad. I don't want to think about those sad elements of gaming. Only the happy amiibo-y stuff.
I can't go to the bathroom. I have to play this game, so I'll just pee myself. God, those bars have to smell terrible.
They just pee the floor.
Zelda Triforce Heroes for 3DS, which we talked about on our E3 episode, is coming out October 23rd.
Cool.
So, a new Zelda game coming out. Whoop whoop. And I got to see more of the new Starfox. I think it's Starfox Zero.
Oh yeah, I didn't see anything
on Wii U
because I wasn't really impressed with it.
They showed some new gameplay of it actually in HD, and the game looks so damn good.
Huh.
It's ridiculous.
We'll see.
In the first level too, you can transform from the plane to the little land walker back to the plane whenever you want to. It's awesome. Whenever you want to.
Command.
But I hope they don't screw that up because that game does look really good. So I hope that they don't let the fans down.
You down specifically?
Well, I don't have a Wii U, so it doesn't matter.
Oh. Get one.
I will when they're like really old and only $50. I did just see that you can get it for $260 right now. That they did a temporary price drop for a while, but that ain't enough yet. I'll wait till the NX comes out and it's like stupid cheap.
Cheap.
Do you have anything?
It's not gaming, but I saw the preview for The Last Witch Hunter with Vin Diesel, and he's got a big beard.
The Last Witch Hunter?
Yeah, it looks like it might be okay.
This sounds like something that Dwayne Johnson should be in.
That's what I thought too. But like he is an immortal, I guess. Witch hunter.
Is this a video game?
No, it's a movie.
Oh.
It's got Elijah Wood in it.
What?
And
Oh, that's why you're interested.
Well, I love Elijah Wood. I don't care what he does. He can do no wrong. No wrong. And then it has...
What if he's hanging out with Michael Jackson?
Well then. I guess he can do wrong. And Rose Leslie is in it, who plays Ygritte, or played Ygritte in Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Mentioned in every
does she
episode.
really have red hair?
Yeah.
Okay. We always got to sneak Game of Thrones in there somehow. Stop that!
So yeah, it looks like it might be good.
Yeah.
So yeah, post that.
Post what?
That trailer.
Oh, well, find me a link. And then Star Wars Battlefront showed new footage. Had to think of the name. And it showed the, like, everybody's like, where's the air combat missions? We all want to fly planes and shoot everything down. Well, that's what they showed. And holy crap. It looks better than any of the Star Wars movies have ever looked for air combat. There's so many different ships out there. There's, it shows, like, them flipping through different ships on the fly. The explosions look better than anything that's been in any of the movies. I mean, it just looked totally awesome. It looked like there's an old game called X-Wing versus TIE Fighter that used to be big on PC in like the early 90s. It looked like that on freaking steroids.
Well, it's exciting.
Better than anything in the... I mean, it looked just like out of the movies. Then they showed a part in one of the other trailers where it was like the light versus the dark, and there's like a soldier running through a base with a gun, and all of a sudden the guy that's in front of him gets picked up off the ground and starts choking, and then gets thrown to the other side. Then you come around the corner and Vader's just walking down like, you know, his whole tough guy Vader walk.
Stiff.
Yeah.
Walking.
And the guy starts shooting Vader, and he pops the lightsaber out and just like flicks all the bullets away. And then he gets to you and like everything goes blank, but he flicks it like, get that shit out of here.
Oh, Vader.
Vader is by far the biggest badass ever. Sorry.
Did you see the clips where like it was a guy. It looked like they were in Spain or something, but Ewok would run up to some random person walking down the street and hand him a lightsaber, and then
then
the
all the stormtroopers come around the corner with
they
Vader.
would run.
Yeah,
like it's not real.
Yeah.
But do they? And and I had to put myself in that situation. Like if I was like, did Ewok just handed me a lightsaber? Would I like try to bust it out and kill them or?
I think I'd go try to kill the Ewok because I hate those stupid things.
They're so cute. Don't kill Ewoks.
Dub dub. So there's another end to a fantastic episode about a fantastic game.
Yeah.
What are we playing next? Is it one of my picks again, or is it going to be one of your picks? So we're going to play a game with Ashley next. I don't have a hint for you, because I have no idea what kind of hint to put for that.
No, it's the guy you fight at the end of games.
Oh, there you go. That's
Girl.
Why do you keep calling me girl?
Because you're a girl.
Oh, alright. So make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Stitcher Radio and Tumblr and everything else that you just search for Press Continue Podcast on Google and you'll find everything. So tell your friends how awesome we are. And
Even if you don't think so, just do it.
On Patreon, I have put a bunch of new levels and prizes for people that do donate to our show. So please go check that out. If you think it's worth it, back our show. We appreciate anything you can do for us.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So tune in next time, where the gaming never ends, as long as you press continue.
Bye.